You're allowed to kiss my son.
No, not on the set he wasn't trying to kiss me, but after the set he'll try to kiss me or anywhere else.
Jada, just take one, because you've been fighting me the whole press tour. Just take one.
What?
Just take one. I just want to kiss you.
What?
I want to kiss you and just say Jada. Just keep a smile. Just keep a smile. Just keep a smile.
I think Will and Jada is trying to scoop up Jennifer.
So it looks like the rumors about Will Smith being a power bottom is true after all, because Diddy just exposed him for allegedly being DL and indulging in multiple gay freak-offs with him across multiple hotels. It turns out Jada found out about Will's DL lifestyle, but she still decided to stay with him since they both made a promise to themselves never to divorce. Word on the street is they have had an open marriage for a while, and this is why Will allowed her to have an affair with August Alsina. She basically allows him to get his hole drilled by other men, and in return, she gets her back blown by her own side pieces too. Jaguar Wright was actually the first person to spill the tea about this, and now it's being confirmed by Diddy himself. As if all this wasn't bad enough, Will allegedly tried touching on his son, Jaden too, and that's why he moved out when he was just 15.
Collectively, including Will Smith. Let's not leave him out. Why your son hate you? Why does your son hate you?
And now when it comes to Will's alleged DL lifestyle, rumors have been circulating for a hot minute, but new details started coming out after Diddy got arrested and he was exposed for collaborating with Diddy to do all kinds of depraved things to young boys in the name of mentorships, including Bryce Gray and Meek Mill. Jaguar first spoke about this a while ago when she said Bryce Shear and Meek were seen running out of Will and Jada's house naked and screaming for their lives in the middle of the night. And in case you're wondering where Jaguar got all this tea from, she said Will's ex-personal assistant, Bilaal, told her everything.
That your husband was doing things to boys and did stuff to your son and you ain't do shit about it. Bilaal told me everything.
Their good friend who
Bilaal told me, Jada. He told me that you knew Will was f***ing your child. Yes, he did. Wonder why he left that out of his Tasha K interview.
Yeah, in that interview, he said a lot. He said a lot.
He said everything but the thing that was important. That he know that Will Smith, Jaden, he Bashir and he raped Meek Mills, and you know it, Bilaal. Now I don't give no how far in the desert you run. You'll go from a Philly nigga to a sand, they'll still get you.
He's Philly though, Jay. It's Philly.
You know, he Meek Milk. As far as I'm concerned, he Meek Milk. I ain't calling him Mill no more. That's milk. That's Meek Milk. Added to the honeycomb. You got a meal.
So you believe the Dwayne Martin story that could have happened?
Of course. Everybody know that shit. Everybody knew they was just ain't nobody know Dwayne was folding him over like that, taking him to Pound Town.
Now, for those of y'all wondering how Bryce Shear even ended up in Will Smith and Jada's house, to begin with, it all started with his manager, Charlie Mack. Charlie introduced Bryce Shear to Will and Diddy for mentorship. But by the end of the mentorship, Bryce Shear's cheeks had been turned every which way but loose, and he was also hooked up on all kinds of hard substances. Will was supposed to mentor Bryce Shear in his acting career while Diddy mentored him in his rapping career, but they did everything to that poor boy but mentorship. At the time, many people didn't realize how dangerous this link up was because we didn't know half the things we know about Diddy and Will today. In fact, there have been rumors going around for a while now that Diddy and Will are both DL and have been getting freaky with each other and dragging other young men into it in the name of mentorship. This was first revealed by David Arquette, who said in a Facebook post that Will was DL and that his first marriage to Cherie Zampino ended because she caught him in bed with another man. When Jada comes out as gay and her beard husband admits his first marriage ended when she walked in on him servicing his sugar daddy Benny Medina, then I will listen to them. Now going back to Jaguar, the reason people believed her was because Bilaal, the person she claims gave her the tea about Will touching Jaden, had already been going around accusing Will of being gay for some time now, so it wasn't far-fetched for him to go to Jaguar and tell her what he knew about Will. In fact, Bilaal appeared in an interview with Tasha K and he spilled the tea about the time he walked in on Will bent over while getting drilled from the back by Dwayne Martin. He said at the time he was still Will's assistant, so he went into Dwayne's dressing room to get Will, but once he opened the door, he saw Dwayne humping on Will and Will was taking it like a champ.
I opened the door to Dwayne's dressing room and that's when I see Dwayne and having anal with Will.
Let me process that for a second.
There was a couch and Will was bent over on the couch and Dwayne was standing up. Like, it was murder there.
Okay.
This interview went so viral that in less than 9 hours of it being out, Jada threatened to sue Bilaal if he didn't come back and recant the things he said. She even accused Bilaal of trying to exploit her, but baby, Bilaal wasn't having it, and he called Jada out on her bluff with his full chest. In fact, he appeared on Tasha K's show again and called Jada a lying, bald-headed substance addict. He said if Jada didn't go through with her lawsuit in 2 weeks, he was going to appear on Tasha's show again for the 3rd time, and this time he was going to bring up receipts to prove the things he's saying. He also said Jada runs Will's whole life, and that if she didn't stop trying to paint him as a liar, he'll drop receipts about the freak-off parties she and Will have been having.
All right, Brother Bilaal, listen, I do want to say,
Okay.
for the viewers, because we're going to rewind back, before we put out the interview, all we put out was a clip that went ultra viral. Okay? Yeah. Everybody in the world got this clip. It was trending for days on Twitter, okay? Before the interview comes out, what shocked me is Jada is doing her book promotional for Worthy.
Yes.
She goes to the Breakfast Club and she sits down and they ask her about you, but they can't not ask. Like, it's so huge.
Right.
And to my surprise, she answers.
It's ridiculous, right? And it's nonsense. And this is a person that tried a shakedown, a money shakedown that didn't work. We're gonna take legal action.
The reason Will responded, the reason why Jada responded, because they know it's true. Will's never responded. And they responded in less than 9 hours.
They did. That was a fast response.
He know what I saw in that dressing room. He know other things that I saw. She did all this to try to scare me, but I fear no one but Allah. Jada, listen, in 2 weeks, if you don't sue me in 2 weeks, if Tasha K will have me, I'm back here and I'm dropping evidence, period. You said you said it's a money shakedown, you said a lot of things about me, and you know that the things that you said were untrue. Let's get into a little bit more of it. Jada runs Will, period. Me and her at war. I'm gonna put Will to the side. Will is to the side. Me and Jada, I will say this because I know you're watching. I know Karen Tense is watching.
Who's Karen Tense?
That is her PR person for years.
Okay.
Right? I know they're watching. Jada, you're a bald-head liar and you're a addict, right?
Oh, God.
You told the world that you were going to sue me. As of yet, it's been over 2 weeks. So Jada, I'm giving you 2 more weeks to sue me. If you don't sue me, this is what's going to happen. All the parties, right? And the people, the men that you hit with dildos, I'm naming names, right? All the salacious stuff that you have done and hurt other people, I'm naming names. You assassinate my character. You say I extort you.
I don't know about y'all, but I've never seen a liar get this brave, especially when he's been threatened with a lawsuit. Not only that, but after he said this, Jada actually went silent and never came for him again. And do y'all remember when Bilaal said Will and Jada were throwing freak-off parties? Well, I'm not saying it's true, but this wasn't the first time those allegations had been made. In fact, just days before Cassie filed her lawsuit against Diddy, there were rumors that Will and Diddy got into a fight over Will wanting to have a freak-off with J-Lo. Back when she and Diddy were still together, this tea was spilled by Diddy's ex-bodyguard, Gene Deal, and the details were crazy.
We were at a birthday party that I think either Matt Damien was giving for Ben Affleck. It was just a little gathering. It was at the Four Seasons. Will Smith and his sister and her husband, we were all sitting on this side of the room. Matt Damien, Ben Affleck, Jennifer Lopez, Puff, Will Smith, and Jada, and it was sitting on the other side of the room. So I know Puff so well that he stood up. When he stood up, he walked and did his arm some kind of way, like, and then he went like this, you know, like that. I went over towards him. I know to go over there towards him. So I go over towards him, and he said to me, he said, yo, I think Will and Jada is trying to scoop up Jennifer. I want you to stay close, because I'm going to snuff him. I said to myself, Will Smith gonna beat the shit out you. Now, Puff could scrap now, but I don't think he could beat Will Smith.
A lot of people felt like the reason that Will and Jada even felt comfortable enough to initiate this freak off with Diddy and J-Lo was because this wasn't their first time doing something like that with Diddy. But it was most likely with it's not women that he's actually with, and especially not someone as high profile as J-Lo. The crazy thing, even prior to Diddy getting exposed for touching little boys, this was a whole investigation on Diddy all the way back in 2013 about him playing with young boys, but he successfully buried it before it became a big story. According to a U.S. court filing from 2013, during a debriefing session with federal investigators, James Roseman, the music manager turned kingpin, was reportedly questioned about the sexual preference of entertainers, including whether Sean Diddy Combs was having sexual relationships with underage boys. Child, it's all beginning to add up. These Hollywood elites share these boys amongst themselves for freak-offs and throw them out the minute they've had enough of them, or find another person who's willing to do whatever he feels he needs to do to make it. After all that, they threaten these boys into keeping quiet. It really makes you wonder what these little boys are really made to go through. As usual, people had their ish thoughts, like this person who said, there are inappropriate videos of him with his son online, making Jaden Smith uncomfortable and always forcing him to kiss him. Look it up. I believe Jaden has been assaulted by his dad. Another person said, my lord, Will Smith cheated on Dwayne Martin with Diddy, while Diddy cheated on Clive Davis with Will Smith. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think of Diddy snitching on Will's alleged DL activities? And do y'all think Will really touched Jaden? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other messy video.